Hey everyone, Tara Malarkey here, founder of the online temple school for the divine feminine and the amazing course High Ticket Empress. And I just wanted to pop in here because I told you that I would start doing a little more training, free training for you on how to really create a high-end signature program around your story, your experience, your gifts, your expertise, your knowledge. We are living in the knowledge era. We are living in a time where there is a process for selling your advice online. Lots of different ways to do that. But one of the ways that I teach is how you can really create a high impact transformational program based on your experience, your story, your knowledge, your wisdom, your gifts. And you have this yearning inside, right? To give your gifts, to tell your story, to make an impact and help someone else through something major in their life. They have a major problem in their life and they don't know how to navigate through it. And you know how. You've either been through it, you've studied it, a little bit of both. So one of the things I see so often with our clients, especially in the business accelerator, in the high ticket business accelerator, is that they don't have a lot of clarity as it relates to how to market their high-end program. So they know what they want to do. They know that they want to make an impact, but they don't know how to talk about it in a way that makes sense for their potential client to pay them like $5,000 to work with them, right? And that's a lot of times why you might feel inside like no one's going to pay that, right? Because you haven't gotten clarity on exactly why someone would pay you, a big investment, part with a big amount of money to help them to have you help them through something. So I'm going to talk to you today. I'm going to give you some training that we cover in the High Ticket Empress, and hopefully it will help you really get clear. Okay. So if you're here and you want to drop a comment, or if you're listening to the replay, wherever you're listening to this training, then please drop a comment and myself or my team will respond to you later. I love questions. So like whatever comes up for you. Two things I want to do today are show you, I'm gonna kind of write back here and show you what is a high ticket niche. Like, how do you get yourself inside of a high ticket niche? How do you know if what you want to sell is worth high ticket? And we're talking high ticket is anything above, at this point, $2,500 to $3,000. You can sell online on a sales page, anything up to $2,500 to $3,000. Anything over that, you really do need to get on the phone with someone and your potential client and sell to them on the phone. Okay. So I'm going to talk to you about this kind of graph. I'm going to fill this in for you, and that this is going to help you. And then I also want to walk you through your big domino statement. Most coaches don't teach this. They really don't know how to help you get clear on what you do in a way that makes your competition irrelevant. And this is important for you to understand. It's important for you to understand why your product or your service or working with you is better than what other people have. Now, you know that I'm a divine feminine leader. I stand for collaboration, not competition. It's not that I'm trying to make you get in the mindset of, you got to compete against your competitors or that you're better than them. Everyone is amazing, right? And they get to do their work with their people, and you want abundance for them. And, it doesn't take away from you, right? So we live in an abundance mindset and world, and everything is available to everyone. And if you want to market your business and make it successful, the thing is that your ideal prospect, your client, the one that is meant to work with you, will not understand the value of what you do unless you understand how to articulate it in a way that makes the competition irrelevant. It makes you stand out as their mentor, as their person. Okay, this is really important. And this is really about being authentic, being true, being vulnerable, sharing your story in a really honest way, and then you actually become the choice. All right, so I'm gonna share that with you today. Okay, so let's dive in to this real quick. What I want you to understand is that your ideal client needs to have a problem. Okay, they need to have a major problem, and usually that's with their health, their relationship, or their career. Okay, so lots of things go into here, like disease, losing weight, becoming well, less stressed, more vital. All of that is in health, relationships, marriage, divorce, finding a partner, getting through the loss of someone. And then deeper than that is all relationships, finding harmonious relationships, right? Doing the deeper inner work to heal the heart, all that. And then career is money, making more money, getting out of a career you don't like, choosing a new career. Okay, so the reason I give you these examples, there's lots of things within these, but the reason I give you these is because you have to understand that people only pay high end to solve a major problem in their life. And major problems are in these three categories, okay? So, a lot of feminine leaders, they find a really hard time, fitting themselves into one of these boxes. And I don't stand for you fitting yourself into a box. I do, however, need you to understand that if you want to sell a $5,000, $10,000, $25,000 transformational experience, then you have to solve a major problem for someone. What I teach you in High Ticket Empress is that your program can't be an addition to someone's life, because people don't pay a lot for additions to their life. They only pay a lot to solve a problem and give them a solution to something that they don't have right now, okay? Important for you to understand this. And if you have questions, I'd love you to drop them in the comments whenever you're listening here, and we will get back to you on that. But that is a major mindset shift that most women, when they come to me, they don't realize that they don't have carved out, and so therefore their program is not selling. In relation to selling in the marketplace, let's just look at it like that, right? We have an industry, which for us is the coaching and transformational personal development industry, okay? And then you want to think about what skills you have. So many women come to me, they have so many skills. They have skills in relationships, they have skills in fitness and health, and they have skills in relationships, and maybe they've been through a divorce, and they have lots of different things that they can do, right? So the process of coming up with your high-end niche is right here, is thinking about what are the skills that you have, and it can be multiplied, there can be multiple, and then you're going to need to choose from there. And then what you want to think about as well is the desires of the marketplace. Now, this is one of the things I talk about in my latest webinar that so many women actually don't have here, is because they don't think about what the market wants. They're just thinking about what they're good at and what they want to do. And we do want to do only what we want to do, right? This is the feminine age. It's the knowledge era. We actually get to create a business around our passions, around our gifts, around what we love. This is amazing. And you are sabotaging yourself if you're choosing something that the market doesn't buy. Okay, that people don't buy. If you're trying to sell something that people don't buy and that current people aren't already selling, then you likely are sabotaging yourself. And it's important to take a look at that, because we tend to do that, right? One of the things I told you I would share with you on this training is which is the childhood wound that causes lack of clarity and confusion around your high ticket offer. And this goes hand in hand. One of the ways we do this is we self-abandon and we self-sabotage by choosing something that people don't buy. Okay. And so I'll never force you into choosing something that you don't like, but you have to choose something that people do want. Yeah. So, the childhood wound, if I'll just, before I go forward here, that I'm talking about, these are trauma bonds and childhood imprinting that happened early on when our mostly emotional needs weren't met. Now, a lot of us could have other kinds of trauma, physical trauma, sexual trauma, all of that stuff. And I'm specifically though talking about just the tender heart wounds of our sensitive child being that needed to be met and held in a deeper way than our parents had the capacity to hold us. And what happens then is we literally start developing neural pathways from our gut to our brain, passes through our heart, that says that we're unworthy and unlovable and that people will reject us. And so we actually keep creating a life that reaffirms this belief. And this is the way we self-sabotage and we self-abandon and we choose things that don't actually serve us. Like we might choose partners that don't serve us, or we try to work a business that isn't working and we don't get the help that we need. So the confusion, what I find with a lot of women that come to me with early childhood wounds when they're wanting to build $1 million business is they're like, I'm confused and I don't have clarity. I don't have clarity. And so this is actually a way that your child, the child of you, when you were little, learned to protect itself, herself. You sort of like confusion feels like there's like gunk and this murkiness around you, right? Like if you tap in and you can, and you tap into what that feels like, feeling confused, it's like you can't see through. You can't see something. And so this is actually what you did as a child because you needed to self-protect, literally. You needed to just learn how to survive. You stopped seeing that which didn't serve you and didn't delight you and didn't feel like love. So let me move forward here. What I want you to know mostly about these three things, that you have to think about these three things as it relates to your high ticket offer, okay? You have to be in an industry, which you're in the coaching, transformational, personal development industry. You need to marry your skills with the desires of the marketplace, okay? And so here's the sweet spot right here. See this little triangle right here? This is your sweet spot. If you are trying to build a business over here without being in one of these, it doesn't work. If you try to just build a business from what the marketplace needs, but you don't have any skills, it won't work. If you're trying to just be in the coaching industry, but you don't marry your skills with what the market wants, it also won't work. Okay, so here is the sweet spot. And this is where you can charge between 3 and 10K for an intro, like the first program that someone works with you. Now there's upsells to that are 25 and 50,000 or more after someone works with you for a while, okay? So one of the things I mostly wanna say right now is that if you haven't been doing this, if you haven't been selling your high-end program and you're wondering why, this is why. You have some limiting beliefs likely, you have some childhood wounds that are self-protecting and self-abandoning. You're creating a lot of confusion and you don't have a lot of clarity around how you can bring this to life. And so you probably get mired in a lot of self-doubt and worthiness stuff around how you can charge this much for the skills and the story and the experience you have. And so that's our expertise in High Ticket Empress. We really help you hone that and really do the deeper embodiment work to release the trauma and alchemize the trauma into purpose and passion, okay? So that's the main thing I wanna say here. And then I'm gonna move right on into what I also wanted to create with you today, which is the Big Domino Statement. Teach this at length in High Ticket Empress, but today I just wanna teach you this Big Domino Statement so you can actually create this right on your own. Here it is. So I don't know if you guys can see that really quick, but or see that really clearly. What it says is, if I can make blank believe that the only way to blank is by blank, and the only way to blank is through blank, then all objections become irrelevant and they must invest. So one of the things that we're seeing so much now, because the transformational coaching industry is growing rapidly and there's more and more and more coaches, is likely what you're feeling is that there's someone else doing what you do, right? There's someone else doing what you do, so why are they going to buy it from you? And then you have all these limiting beliefs around, like, of course they're not going to pay you if they could pay someone else cheaper, or blah, 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 all the other reasons why. And so this is really important for you to get to the bottom of, okay? Really, really, really important of. So I'm going to give you an example. If you are a health coach, but you don't want to do health coaching, like fitness coaching, like people have been doing, maybe like you originally were doing, and you don't really feel resonant. You feel resonant with doing the deeper work, right? This is a big theme right now, but it's really alive because it's what's differentiating people. So say you don't resonate with just talking about weight loss, you resonate with, bringing people in connection with their body in order to become more healthy. So essentially you would say, if I can make women believe that the only way to actually lose weight is by understanding their nervous system and healing the deeper reason why they overeat, and the only way to drop the weight is through not dieting, then all objections become irrelevant and they must invest. So what you do there is, one, you differentiate yourself as someone like who's doing something that most other people are not doing. You're taking a stand for something, and the people that are meant for you, who deeply believe that in their soul, but no one else has articulated like that for them, and all they keep seeing is weight loss, weight loss, weight loss stuff that they're looking at, this is going to deeply resonate with them. What you do, okay? I'll give you my example as well, really quick. It's sort of like, if I can make women believe that the only way to make millions is by healing the deeper childhood wounds, and the only way to actually manifest and implement business strategies is through healing their nervous system, first and foremost, then all objections become irrelevant and they must invest. So that resonates with only a certain number of women who know this deep down, but maybe no one has said it to them before, that something has been holding them back for years and years and years, and they haven't created success. And it's because of their nervous system. It's because of childhood trauma. And until they look at that, all their intentions and goals and, wanting to manifest the millions won't work, because it's not sustainable, because the nervous system can't calibrate it and doesn't have the capacity for it. Okay. So therefore, my business coaching becomes their choice, and my competition becomes irrelevant. And I'm not trying to compete with them. I'm just standing for what I stand for and teaching what I believe. Okay. So this is important. This is really important for you to come up with for yourself. Okay. There has to be the ways in which you do something that most other people don't do. If any of you have questions, please, let us know. If you want the link to join High Ticket Empress, please go to highticketempress.com and you can watch the webinar right there and make your own choice. But I really just want to help you guys be cash flow positive, get into an abundant state and really do the deep healing, plus implement smart strategies that help you really create a business around your gifts and your work in the world, because your body of work, what you do that's different than other people, is so needed right now. These are your God codes. This is what God created you for. You came here for this. And I am here to be a conduit to help you to to really create that in the world. That's what God has me here for. And I send you so much love, and I'll talk to you soon.